Question 2 is a words in context question, but it's a question type whose format I can recognize pretty easily and shows up a lot on our Bluebook tests. What I notice is that we're trying to fill this blank, but the sentence with the blank also has this dash that continues with that is. What that tells me is anything that comes after this that is actually just a reworded version of the sentence that just came before it. So all I really need to do is read this part after the that is to understand what I need to fill in the blank. So what I'm going to read, I'm going to read the that is part. It says, that is to see if differences in these traits are also associated with considerable variations in venom potency. So they're saying they want to know whether these traits, I don't really know what those traits are, but if those traits are associated with means related to, can also mean responsible for, considerable variations, this means differences or changes in venom potency. Potency means strength. So how strong the venom is. So they're looking to see if the differences in these traits are related to or responsible for how strong the venom is. So I look back to the sentence I'm trying to fill and it says they're trying to determine whether biological characteristics, so this must be those traits we talked about. These traits have some effect on the toxicity of their venom. So toxicity here again is being used to mean potency. So notice how those two sentences are exactly the same thing. So all I want to know is, are the biological characteristics responsible for or related to the toxicity of their venom? So the closest answer to that is going to be D, substantial. Substantial here is being used in science like we use the word significant, meaning it is related to, it does play a part, it is associated with, maybe it's not a causal relationship, but they're correlated with each other. So that's going to be substantial. Now, looking at the other words, disconcerting means something that is worrying. So if something brings you worry or makes you worry, that's disconcerting. That's not really something we're talking about in this question. Acceptable means we can accept it, we can take it in, it's something that people can agree upon. We're not really talking about a debate in the actual traits, we're talking more about to what degree these traits affect differences in potency. So that seems to be incorrect. C, imperceptible means so small that it cannot be seen. Sometimes so small or sometimes insignificant that it cannot be seen. Well, it's definitely not imperceptible because we're trying to figure out to what degree it does affect. So it is perceivable. So it cannot be answer choice C. So we know the correct answer to this question is D.